Weirdo!
He said, "Take it or I'll kill you."
What?
Now, I didn't take that seriously.
Okay, I'll take the bucket. Okay, give me the bucket. Okay, bye. Hey guys, what's up? So we're back with another clucked up horror story. You know what I'm saying? Now, I would be happy and say, yeah, you know what I'm saying, time to analyze this, but I'm not in the mood. It's spooky month, or how I like to call it, clucked month. This is when all the cluckness happens. This is when all the foolishness happens. The clowns are fully activated. The aliens are ready to probe you. What? The freaking murderers are out there. Psychopaths are ready.
Oh my
You know what
God.
I'm saying? They're ready. They're already in their house, ready to activate. Bro, they're getting started. They're probably already catching bodies before Halloween.
Oh, say less.
I'm not about it, okay? And we're gonna be reacting to 3 disturbing October horror stories. I don't know what else to tell you. All I gotta say is this. If you guys do not have your Bibles out, Bible is the only thing that will protect you in 2020. Story 1, let's get it. I'm not ready.
Late October, my girlfriend Stacy and I took a road trip to Stowe, Vermont. We rented a cabin on the website
What the heck is Stover month? What the heck? What the heck is that?
Glamping Hub.
That sounds like clucked month. Like, come
About
on.
a 20-minute ride from the village. It was on a nice hilltop with a view of the fall foliage, which was just the reason why we took this trip. We had the rental from Thursday night to Sunday. The cabin had a code lock system.
Wow. So basically, the middle of buck nowhere. You're clucked.
The owner sent me the combination before we arrived, and it worked seamlessly. Stepping in, we looked around the place, and it was nice and cozy. Literally everything was made of wood, and it had this very old-fashioned country feel. It even had this distinct smell that just reminded us of, well, I guess a country log cabin.
Murder?
There was a bathroom, a small kitchen, 3 bedrooms, and a living room. It was plenty of space for the 2 of us. There were 2 TVs, one in the master bedroom and one in the living room. There was this other door that was locked though, which we presumed led to the 3rd bedroom that was listed on the ad. Though we didn't know why it would be locked, it wasn't a big deal at all, and we presumed the owner had some personal stuff in there.
Nah.
Plus he knew it would only be us 2.
Dead bodies are
We
there.
put most of our luggage in the 2nd bedroom so that we could leave the master bedroom next
Frick
to
is you
the-
talking about?
Since we arrived pretty late on Thursday, we went straight out to dinner in town. Then we walked around the village for a little bit before returning to the cabin.
Freaking village.
By then it was late, so we called it a night after a movie. The next day was a cloudy, chilly one. We went out to hike along some dirt trails in the woods near the cabin, which was very peaceful. Upon returning to the cabin, I showered and changed out of my hiking attire and into more appropriate attire for hitting a nice restaurant. When I got out from the shower, Stacy told me she heard something in the bedroom with a locked door.
What?
She said it sounded like a radio or recording. I went up to the door and put my ear up on it to try and listen, but it was silent on the other side. I knocked on the door to the dismay of Stacy. She told me to stop because the idea of me knocking on the door trying to see if someone was in there freaked her out.
That's stupid,
To
yeah.
be honest, I slightly did it for that reason, just to tease her. While Stacy was in the shower, I was sitting in the living room watching whatever I could find.
Stacy?
That's when I thought, just barely, I heard the slightest sound from inside that room. I muted the TV and went to put my ear over the door again. I did hear this slight speaking noise, like it could be from a radio. I messaged and then called the host and told him about it. He said he wasn't sure why his wife would have locked the door, but that she may have left some of her stuff in there.
Nah.
He said as for the speaker noise, he'd have to ask his wife. Stacy and I went out for lunch after her shower. I didn't tell her about hearing the noise as well because I didn't want to creep her out. And it was obvious to me the guy's wife just left an electronic device.
Bro, the wife is clucked, bro. How's the wife locking the door? No, bro. At that point, I'm gonna call the wife. I'm gonna be like, hey, so what's behind this door? I'm hearing noises. I'm not feeling comfortable in this freaking cabin. What's behind the door, wife? You know, I don't know her actual name, so I'm just gonna call her the wife, the person's wife owner. I don't know. But what the heck is going on in this house? We've been here for 2 days, and I'm already experiencing cluckness. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god.
Restaurant on Main Street in town called Harrison's. After that, we just took a drive around the area, then stopped at a park and relaxed for a bit.
Cool.
That's when the host called me and said that his wife told him she didn't lock anything in there.
Woo! Yes, sir! Nothing is locked in there. That means someone came in uninvited. Now, this is what you do. Do not go back to the house. You call the police. You let them know there's someone in the house that I don't know of. Bro, my eyes are watering because I'm so freaking freaked out by this story. If you do not call the police, how many times do I have to say this? If you do not call the police, and if you don't have your Bible, you're clocked anyways.
Hearing. He offered to come by and unlock the door and check it out, to which I said sure. So with that, we headed back to the house.
No
It was
police?
about a 20-minute drive back. When we got back, Stacy let herself in and collapsed on the couch.
Wow.
Tired from, I guess, eating and walking around. I
Unaware.
listened into the room again, and I still heard the same sounds from before.
Oh my
I
gosh.
said, hang on, I'll be right back to Stacy as I walked outside. I didn't know why I didn't think of doing this sooner. I went to the window to the bedroom with the locked door. There were no curtains or anything blocking the view inside. As I stood on my tiptoes to look into the room, I was horrified. I saw this grossly skinny, tall, 20-something-year-old guy in a hood dancing
What?
slowly in the center of the room.
What the
There
heck?
looked to be a small radio in his hand.
Hey, yo, when was the last time you ate a meal?
He noticed me quickly at the window, and he stopped and looked at me, smiling. I started screaming Stacy's name, yelling, "Get out of the house!"
Oh my
He
gosh.
met me at the door, panicked and confused.
Oh,
I told her just get in the car.
I rebuke
Grabbed
you.
our 2 bags, leaving whatever stray items behind, and threw them in the trunk, driving off. I then called the host and told him to call the cops because someone was in the house. An hour later, while we were sitting in town, I got a call back from the host who said police arrived and the 3rd bedroom was opened and no one was in there. However, they found multiple empty bags of chips under the bed, implying someone was in fact in there. We went back to collect our remaining belongings and worked out a refund between the host and the website.
Yep.
Of course, we didn't stay there after that. We went to a nearby motel and stayed till Sunday, then we went home. I'll tell you though, what I saw through that window, that dancing skinny figure, I couldn't sleep for nights.
Wow.
Especially with the thought that he was in there the entire time we were, even while we were asleep.
Yep. That's what you get. You should have knew the signs earlier. You had so much signs. A cabin in the middle of like in a village, in the middle of freaking nowhere. Doors locked, but you don't know why you hear things. Bro, I would have known this from day one as soon as I moved in. I would have called the owner and been like, hey, what the heck is going on here? They would have responded the same day. And then I'd be like, okay, I'm calling the police. How you do all of that and call the police after? Get the heck.
Long Friday night, halfway through October, a rainy one, and drinks were involved.
Are there Christmas
I
lights?
was at this Halloween-themed housewarming party with all my friends.
Okay.
I didn't wear a costume because I came straight from work already pretty exhausted. I took an Adderall to wake myself up before going, and I stopped at a gas station to pick up some White Claws.
Okay.
There were a decent amount of people there, I'd say 25 to 30.
White Claws
I had
suck.
to meet a few people that I'd never met before.
Same as
All
Twisted
this
Tea.
socializing and drinking was keeping me awake, but deep down I kind of wanted to just get home and go to bed. Working in a hospital means I get crazy hours and my sleep schedule's all over the place.
Yep, no sleep for you.
I eventually saw a good opportunity to
12-hour
Irish
shift.
goodbye through the backyard. I didn't even really have it in me to say goodbye to 20 people. I really shouldn't have driven home with alcohol in my system, and I don't recommend anybody ever do that.
Drinking and
Always
driving?
call an Uber. I ran through the rain and got in my Subaru and just started to drive. No music on. I wasn't in the mood. I just wanted peace and quiet.
Irresponsible
to listen to
driver.
the rain hitting the windshield. Then, driving down some quiet residential road, I spotted a girl walking in the rain.
What?
No umbrella, no jacket, nothing.
What? You spotted a random young girl in the rain? Like what? Bro, that's the liquor. That's the liquor talking to you. That's literally you're getting like a double vision. Bro, in that situation, you just need to ignore it and just haul ass all the way back home. That's all you need to do. Do not even try to investigate. If you investigate, then I know what skin color you are.
She stopped walking and looked at my car as I drove nearer to her. I definitely let out a sigh as I contemplated whether I should just keep going or not.
Keep
My
going.
more compassionate side told me to pull over.
Come on.
I rolled down my window and asked if she needed a ride. Without answering, she got in the back seat of my car. I asked her where she was going.
What?
She said just down to the end of this road, so that's where I took her.
Nah.
As I stopped at the second stop sign, I asked her why she's out in the rain. She said she was just in a hurry back and didn't want to call a cab. I said that's understandable, making a joke about how expensive cabs and Ubers are. I introduced myself as Jake, and she said Allie, thanks for picking me up.
Nah, Allie's a
that-
cluck name. Nah, Allie is a messed up cluck name. I don't want Allie. Allie, get out of my car. Allie, you can drive yourself. You can walk all the way back home. You just said it was down the block. that's a couple steps. That's literally 10 minutes. Walk, Allie. I don't care.
I continued down the street until I saw a dead end sign approaching.
Yep.
I stopped at the final sign, then asked, is it past the dead end sign? She didn't answer. As I was halfway through that little intersection, I looked in the rearview mirror, and my heart sank.
What?
She wasn't in the reflection.
Oh my gosh! Yup! It was all in your freaking head, or that person is a demon, ghost, hunting witch. I said all those things, and I meant all of it. What the frick?
She wasn't in the back seat. I quickly pulled to the side of the road and got out. I hurried to check the entire backseat row. She wasn't there.
Yep.
Not on the seat, not on the floor. I looked down the empty road, lit up only by the occasional street light. There was no one in sight.
Okay, then
There was no possible way she
Get in
could
your
get out of the
car!
as I had not once
Start
heard the
driving!
doors either opening or closing. And there's no possible way she just snuck out from the car unheard.
My gosh, you're analyzing
I
too
questioned my
much.
sanity. I started feeling around the seat and floor where she sat. It was completely dry. It would have had to have been somewhat wet from her after being in the rain. I stood there in the rain, dumbfounded, confused, and scared. I looked around me again, and then I realized to the right of the car, right next to where I pulled over, was a fence. And beyond that fence was a cemetery. And her response to my question moments before...
Oh my gosh! Oh my freaking... What? You just picked up a dead girl from the 1980s.
dawned on me when I asked her, where are you going? And she said, down to the end of this road. I looked at the cemetery, which was at the end of the road. I
Okay.
got back in my car and did
Okay,
a
we get it, we
turn
get it.
and hurried home.
Yep.
I don't think I was anywhere near drunk enough to be hallucinating shit.
Well, that's on you for drinking in the first place while driving. That's on you.
My friends and I went to a haunted corn maze in Oak Hill, Ohio.
Bro. I'm sorry for pausing it, but like, bro, every situation is clucked. A haunted corn maze? Who has been to a haunted corn maze here? Let me know in the comment section. Have you ever been to a haunted corn maze? Because I haven't. I've never been to a haunted corn maze ever in my entire life. And I will never, I'm not planning on doing that. Because that's when all the people that are expected to, like the workers that are expected to hunt, no, those are not workers. Those are actual people trying to kill you. They weren't supposed to work that shift. They already had all the people. Who is this other employee? We don't know him. Like what?
Came out just out of respect for the family that runs it. I was with my friends Joe, Carl, and Cody. We always do haunted house type stuff every October. On the line to get into the attraction, we overheard some kids saying how last year the maze had to shut down for a night.
Oh!
Because some kid was actually hurt by one of the workers. We joined in on the conversation, and apparently someone dressed in one of the costumes actually pushed one of the customers, and they had to close for the night.
Oh my
I
gosh.
guess that added a little bit to the
Yeah,
nerves.
mask for a real
and that
person.
maybe we'd feel like the costume actors would actually go above and beyond just the typical jump scares. Once we got in, it felt like a normal corn maze. It started slow. Then, you know, the occasional actors would jump out from behind a corner or out of the crops. There were multiple speakers tucked away in the background, blasting spooky sound effects to add to the ambiance. And
Okay.
overall was just littered with Halloween decorations and props everywhere.
Oh
We came to
gosh.
this little split. There were two directions we could go, left and right, and there was a sign in the middle with two arrows. Left side said, this way to safety, and the right side said, danger, keep out. So,
Nah.
2 and 2, we decided to split up. Cody
What?
and I went to the left, the safety side. As we walked, we expected it to be the opposite of safety, that this side would probably be the scarier side or have more jump scares. Well, turns out that was right. Kind of. We turned this corner, and there was this guy in a costume just standing there holding a pumpkin. The costume was very bizarre. It was an all-black outfit with this weird blank mask over his face. It was a complete pullover mask, but it only had 2 eye holes. No mouth hole, not even holes for the nose. He didn't jump out or make any screaming noises. He just walked up to us holding up the pumpkin, motioning for us to take it. We kind of just laughed, thinking it was part of the gimmick. Then, in a deep, raspy voice, almost like how Batman speaks in the Dark Knight movies.
Oh, gosh.
We were masking his voice. He said, "Take it, please."
Oh, gosh.
We looked at him, continuing to laugh while moving forward.
Oh,
He
gosh.
started to follow us, repeating himself over and over, saying, "Take it."
No!
Eventually, it seemed like it was getting a little stale, though.
I'm not taking your CLUCK pumpkin!
He stopped and went back to his spot, but he kept following us for over a minute.
What?
Saying, "Take it, take it."
Pedo!
His tone getting angrier sounding.
Weirdo!
Then he said, "Take it or I'll kill you."
What?
Now, I didn't take that seriously.
Okay, I'll take the pumpkin. Okay, give me the pumpkin. Okay, bye. What? If you do not haul ass, like...
Seriously, obviously, given that we were in a corn maze. But I did find it to be a little aggressive of a line. I took the pumpkin from him, and he seemed to stop following us. We continued walking until we bumped into Joe and Carl again at the point where the 2 separate paths merged.
Bro, look inside that
They both
pumpkin.
laughed, asking why I was holding a pumpkin. I explained. Everyone agreed I should just take the pumpkin home with me at this point. Anyway, continuing on through the corn maze, it was a pretty traditional standard attraction after that. At one point though, one of the actors actually broke character and came up to me and said I can't steal the pumpkin. I told him one of the workers gave it to me, and he asked which one. I said the guy in the black with the white blank mask. He seemed confused and asked where the worker was.
There we
I
go.
told him on the left side of the fork in the path. He then walked in that direction, not saying anything.
Oh, he never... Oh, wow. He went by himself? Wow. Never to return, head ass. Like, come
I thought
on.
it was really weird and took us out of the immersion a little bit. Quickly after that, we made it to the end, and it was only then when there was enough light that I realized the pumpkin was carved on the inside, and the top of it was cut. I grabbed it by the stem and pulled off the top, expecting something to be in there. And oh, there was. On the bottom of the inside of the pumpkin. At first I didn't know what they were.
What is
To be
it?
honest, I thought they were some kind of food, till I picked one up. I realized it was a severed human finger.
What?
A real one. And there were probably 9 more in there. On the side of the pumpkin was a pair of eyes drawn in black Sharpie, and under them said, "Always watching," with a smiley face next to it.
Oh,
My
heck
friends and
no.
I screamed and freaked out, and we ran to the nearest worker. She didn't know what to do either, as she was just as young as us. She called for one of her superiors, and he called the police. The whole attraction was shut down as police came and basically listened to our story. We stayed on the premises while police searched the place, but it was basically in the middle of nowhere, so he could have been anywhere.
Literally.
The police took the appendages for, I'm assuming, forensic analysis. I don't think a body was ever found to match the fingers.
Oh my gosh.
We left that place unharmed that night, but not without a permanently traumatizing experience.
That's why you don't go to those freaking mazes. Why do people do that? Why do people want to get clucked up in situations on purpose? Like, come on. Don't go to those type of stuff. You should know that by now. Like, come on. Those mazes and stuff like that, don't go to them because you never know. You never know. Wow. Oh my gosh. That was incredible. Those stories were crazy good. Those stories were crazy good. But hope you guys enjoyed. As usual, hit that like button, man. Hit that like button for your boy. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a safe day, say night. I don't know when you guys are gonna watch this, afternoon, morning, evening. Be safe out there. Say especially when it's close to Halloween. Be safe. Don't be stupid. Use your common sense. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to your house, whatever, you know what to do. Shut all, close all doors, windows, vents, locks, lock your locks, like everything. I'll get you guys later. Take care. Peace.
You win. Perfect.